Well, welcome to Papa Bear's Peppers, and I'm Harold. And today I'm going to be showing something that's a little bit revolutionary in our pepper world. As far as I know, I've never seen anybody try this, but I've been trying it here. And what I like to do is explore and research across the boundaries. And I've looked at some other growing applications, and I came across a gentleman named Kyle Cushman. And I learned about his Cushman's Chiropractic, and I thought, this is something I need to try with my pepper plants. And you know what? Because all plants, no matter what they are kind of in the same way that they produce their nutrients and sugars. And that's why I wanted to try this. And I was really surprised at the results that I was getting, especially right after a feeding. Now, I'm not going to claim that I'm a scientist in any way, so I do use some notes in this. And what I found out, I watched some videos and researched what xylem and the phloem, which is how plants uptake food or nutrients or what have you. And what I discovered by what he was saying is by doing this chiropractic type procedure on your plants, what ends up happening, so your plants process food using vascular tissues made up of xylem and the phloem. Well, by creating basically artificial openings on that, you create a highway where the nutrients and the food can travel together up and down and into your plants, generating a better growth, healthier plants, and stronger. Because every time you do this, you're going to hear a pop. So I'm going to warn you right now, when you're listening to this, there's the first couple times that I had some in here in my overwinters where it really works well. It sounded like I broke the branch off, but it stood strong. And I'm going to show you that. So here we go. I have one plant here that's very visible, and hopefully I can get some of those cracks and pops. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't go, it really is. Some of them are very loud and you can really hear them, whereas others are subtle and you feel it. But I'm going to show you this technique of basic chiropractic to plants. And it really strengthens up the cells, because once you break a bone, like you do in here, you can never break it in the same place twice. Well, holds true here with those cells that are in there in those walls, that once they're cracked and they heal, it's hard to break them again in the same place. Now, this is something that I like to do, not all the time, but go in there when I feel like the plants may be stalling, or when I want to really get the nutrients in. So when I give them a really good feeding is when I really like to do this. So let me show you what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to bring you in, flip you around so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in really close to this, so hopefully you can hear what's going on and see what's going on and really know how I'm doing this. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to take a stem just like I have here, and I'm going to hold it on the top and on the bottom just like this, and I'm going to twist. So that one's done. So let's do this one. Same thing. I can feel that I've already done that one. You hear that? That pop? That's basically open up the stem cell on it. Or basically, and you can see, now look, no damage. These are not falling down. So you don't have to twist it until it breaks off, but you're gonna hear it pop, or you're gonna feel it. So let's go down here, we'll do it again. There, 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 pop, and you can feel it. Now look, it's not falling down, it's not broken. I'm going to do it again. There, you can feel it. You can feel those, you hear that? Let's get down here closer. Maybe you can hear it on this one. I do this to the monsters too. No pop. You hear that? That was that cell wall. And look, it didn't hurt it. It's not falling. And that one popped, and some of them are very quiet. Here we come right to this branch. That one's already popped. Oh, you hear that? And look, no damage. Everything's fine. Now I know that sounds wicked, but I'm telling you what it does is it's like you open up a highway. Basically, you're allowing those vascular tissues, you're allowing to push those foods up and down through your plant, especially when you feed. Right after you feed, and that all those sugars, all those nutrients are going up and in, and they're blending and pushing up through like a highway. And I'm telling you what, folks, this is one thing that I found out that it's just an amazing thing. Now, what I'm going to do is bring you into another plant here. Now you can see here, these plants I've done it to, there's no lack of strength to this plant at all. It's still strong. And it's had the chiropractic done to it. Oh, you hear that? And this just is like opening up a highway. I'm going to bring you in here close, and hopefully you can hear this. Look at all the flowers developing, and look at starting to get peppers going. This is my chocolate champion. Now let's see if we can do it again. That was a quiet one. Come up a little bit right here. That one was a little quiet. Sometimes I come up here on it. There, a little, not much of a pop there. Ooh, you hear that? And look there's no damage to it. It's fine. You got to be careful. Don't break them off. There, you hear it? And it gets quieter when they're a little greener. There's not much noise there. So we'll try. Again, we'll try it over here. See if we can't get another. See if we can't get another pop off of one of these. Now listen. That one's already done. I know I did it. There, I heard it. And you'll feel it. And we'll come over here and we'll do a little bit on my plant right here. Because I saved this one just so you guys could hear it. Hopefully we can get some pops in here, and you'll just really quite loud. Ooh, you hear that? And that's what I do. And that's what I've been doing with the monsters in here, is doing a little bit of chiropractic. And it's really, I can tell the vigor in the plants has really started to accelerate. The growth went from okay to really productive, fast growth, because the uptake of the nutrients and the transfer of the nutrients seem to be really active. I mean, this plant has been just exploding lately. No damage to it. You take a plant right after I do that, shake the leaf, there's no damage. It's not dropping over. It's not falling over. There's nothing wrong with it. But what it is opening up those channels and opening up the highway so that your plants maximize on the uptake of your nutrients and the transfer of those sugars and those nutrients and the water that's within your plant to get out to these things so they can start developing. All right. Well, this one's a great episode. Hopefully you can get out there and experiment with this with your plants. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when your plants are new and fresh, you're not going to get a lot of that popping and a lot of that cracking. You'll feel it, and it'll just feel like a little you just very lightly. Now, I wait for my plants to get a little bigger, and I've done it on some, even the new ones. When they get to a certain point, they'll start to get that woody feeling, and that's when I start popping them to get them to really accept the nutrients that I give them, whatever those nutrients are. It allows to accept for the water transfer, the sugar transfers, because that's a big part of how they grow, how fast they grow, and it just makes the highway open up in your plant. I hope you take this out and try it on your own plants. Just be careful now. Have a little finesse. Don't just wrench it and break it off. You just want to go until you feel it. You'll either feel it or you'll hear it. And trust me, the plants will be fine. They're not going to fall over and die, but it'll open up that highway for your foods and nutrients. All right, well, this is Harold with Papa Bear's Peppers. I want you to have a great day. Keep growing.